I am quitting my full-time job to start my own business on October 1st. I am launching my own pen testing firm, and I'm also going to ramp up content creation, teaching, courses, all of that good stuff. One of the most common questions that I have got is saying, hey, Tyler, should I quit my job too? Maybe you have a dream. Maybe you have a goal that you are aiming for, and you've been following my journey. And it's encouraged you to think through carefully, like, should you quit your job? So in this video, I want to answer that question. Should you quit your job too? My answer is going to be probably not. Like, I don't want to be that YouTuber who sells you a dream saying, hey, if you do this, this, and this, you're going to make 6 figures, because reality and a YouTube video is wildly different. But for some of you, should you quit your job? The answer is absolutely yes. You should at least try it. I want to give you a few things that you should have in place before quitting your job to work full-time for yourself. Now, I also want to preface this by saying I'm more conservative with my finances than maybe other people. So although you may be able to get away with less, this is what I needed in place for myself before I said yes and made this decision for me and for my family. Number one, before you quit your job to go full-time for yourself, you should have 12 to 16 months in savings. So a really big chunk of savings that you can provide for yourself if it does not work out. So for me personally, by the time I launch my business on October 1st, I will have about 16 to 20 months worth of expenses saved up. That means I can go almost 2 years making zero money every single month, and I'll still be able to pay bills, I'll still be able to pay for health insurance, and I'll still be able to provide for my family. I think that is incredibly important. You should not have like $1,000 in your checking account and say, YOLO, I'm going to quit my job and work full-time for myself. You might be able to do it. And there are stories of people who are doing that, but especially if you have a family to provide for, you're going to be incredibly stressed out. And that need to pay your bills month to month is going to cause you to make very short-sighted decisions for your business. You may have to accept jobs or contracts that aren't going to go well for you, but you have to accept them because you are quite literally living paycheck to paycheck for your business. So before you quit your job, you should have 12 to 16 months of savings minimum, at least in my opinion. Number two, you need to have a proven concept for revenue. If you are not making any revenue from your side gigs right now, well, it's probably not a good time to quit your job. For the past 4 months or so, when I began thinking through this decision, I've actually made the same amount or more from my side gigs from content creation than I do from my current job as a pen tester. So I'm not jumping into this blindly. I do have some proven concept of revenue. Will it be consistent? Probably not, but I at least have something to work with. And I just saw a video from my friend Kaiser Clark, another YouTuber. He sent me this over on LinkedIn. He's also a pen tester, not just a YouTuber, but it was an interview with somebody else. And this guy was saying, hey, if you're making $4,000 a month right now from your side gig, and you're only working on it a few hours a week, well, think about what you could grow that to if you're working on it 40 to 60 hours a week. Now, it's probably not one-to-one. You probably won't go from $4,000 to $20,000 a month. But if you are making $4,000 from your side hobby while only spending a few hours on it a week, well, if you spend a full-time amount of hours on it, you might be able to grow that to $8,000 a month and be able to pay your bills. Number three, I would recommend to only do it if you've been building something for multiple years. So this is not an overnight success story. I have been creating content and doing personal branding for 4 years now. In the past 4 years, I have released over 600 YouTube videos, countless live streams. I have partnerships with Try Hack Me, Hack the Box, Poem Lab, some of these major players in the field. So if you do not have proven experience on whatever you want to do, I would caution you to wait. Work on building quietly in the background, and when the time is right, then you can go full-time on your own, and in the meantime, build up your savings. And finally, number 4, and the last piece of advice I would caution you with, is make sure you have solid industry experience. I think this is incredibly important if you want to go into the field as a content creator. Now, I'm doing a little bit of that, but I will always be a practitioner as well. So yes, a big chunk of what I'm doing is going to be live streaming, making YouTube videos, making courses, but that's not the only thing I'm doing. My primary focus will be the pen test firm that I am starting. So I am still going to be a practitioner who teaches, not just a teacher. But I'm not mad at people who do content creation full time. Like I think about my friend Network Chuck. Network Chuck is amazing. And he does YouTube full time. He has like, I don't know, 5 or 6 full-time staff people just for his YouTube channel and his academy that he's starting, which is amazing. But he doesn't do like networking now in his day-to-day life. He focuses on content, which I think is awesome. But if you're going to take that step, you need to make sure you have proven industry experience. You cannot teach what you do not know. I don't think that you should make a course about pen testing and sell it if you've never been a pen tester. I do not think you should make a course about networking and sell it if you've never worked as a network administrator. Chuck has that experience, and many people in the field that do content creation have that experience in their background. So 4 things that you should consider. Number 1, 12 to 16 months of savings. Number 2, a proven concept for revenue. Number 3, something that you've been building for multiple years, a solid personal brand. And number 4, solid industry experience before going out on your own. So should you quit your job like I'm doing? Maybe, but probably not. But I would love to hear from you. Do you agree or disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. Did I miss something? I just wanted to give you 4, so there's a quick thing to remember. There's a lot more things that we can add. So what would you add to that list of things to consider before quitting your W-2 job to go full-time for yourself? So let me know. I would love to hear from you. I will talk to you in the comment section.